Hi everyone, and welcome back to my 32-week pregnancy update. I'm sorry the lighting is so bad, but it is almost 11 o'clock on Friday night and I wanted to get this video up this week for you before I hit 33 weeks. So I thought I would just sit down and film it while I had a spare minute. So from last week, not really anything has really changed. I had a scan at the hospital and an appointment with my consultant. Everything was fine. I have another scan booked in for 37 weeks, which falls on New Year's Eve. If I make it that far, they said if I make it that far then they'll see me, and if I don't then I don't. But yes, so everything was fine with the scan, everything was fine with the consultant. They wanted to do, want me to go for more blood tests because I have low iron, which they knew, but they want me to get my folic acid checked out, my B12 checked out, and one more thing I'm not sure. So I should have really gone to the doctors this week, but I might go over the weekend or early next week to just get my bloods taken to see if there's any more things that I need to take. So yeah, everything else was fine at the scan. The baby was fine. The baby was a bit of a pain to get because of the way they were lay, and because my plants at the front, the baby was like pushed up against it, so we couldn't get any nice pictures or anything because they were just like having none of it. They like tried to like rock me around and move me about, but the baby just wasn't shuffling, so it took them quite a while to get the measurements that they needed, but they got them and everything looks fine. And like I said, it's going to be 5 weeks until I'm back again. Well, 4 now, but it was 5 weeks that they were happy for me to go without a scan, so obviously everything looks good, otherwise they would have me in sooner. So as for how I'm feeling this week, this isn't a great week, same as every other week, but it's getting worse and worse and worse. There really isn't anything good this week at all, except for the baby is kicking me loads, which is kind of good but kind of bad because it really hurts. So they're getting like their feet stuck up under my ribs quite often, and sometimes when they kick me like inside into my bladder, like I was saying before, now it's getting quite like painful. And like I said, when the feet get stuck on my ribs, that's really weird, and like you can feel it like unhook and come out, so that's just a bit gnarly. But it's really good that now I can see my belly like moving and kicking about, so that's fun. And they do that quite nearly every single evening. In the mornings I feel it, I can actually see my tummy moving now, so that's always cute to look at, despite obviously all the pain that everything's causing me. It got so bad last night that I literally spent the entire night just googling heat pads, pelvic support belts, just trying to look for anything that could possibly help me, because obviously, as you know, like I've mentioned before, I get up to feed Snow in the night anyway, so I have broken sleep, but then I'm waking up because I'm in pain, and I'm waking up to go like to the bathroom, and then to get to the bathroom is excruciating because my hips have seized up, so that's waking me up, like fully waking me up because of the pain. I can't get comfy. I've tried everything. I tried all the pillows between my legs, I tried lying on my left side, I tried lying on my right side, I tried everything. Nothing works at this point. Like the nights are terrible. I'm literally getting no sleep. I wake up and look at my phone, and like literally 20-30 minutes have passed each time, and I just literally am dreading the alarm going off at 7:30. And today I actually just turned the alarm off and didn't take my son to school, and went back to sleep and woke up at 10, and that's when Snowy was waking up. And my eldest, as some of you may know and some of you might not know, is homeschooled, so he's at home anyway, and my second oldest, Bo, is at school, so I have to get up in the morning to do school run, and literally the pain and the lack of sleep as this week has got so bad that, like I said, today I just shut off my alarm and that was it. I didn't even open my eyes again to look at the clock until like 10 o'clock when Snow woke me up. So I actually contacted a company to get a pelvic support belt, and I am still going to look for a heating pad because I think at this point I'm willing to try anything. But I've still got like 4, 5, 6 weeks left, 7 weeks left. Like if they come when Kian came at 36 weeks, then I've got just over 3 weeks. And if they come when Snow comes, then I've got just over 4 weeks. And then maximum time to my due date is only 7 weeks. So we really haven't got that much longer left. But every single week it's getting worse and worse. Like I said, to the point where I can't hardly move in bed and it's not comfy to lie down. So if anybody has any advice on that, I know I ask you all on Instagram. And you all tell me it's SPD and to go get checked at the midwife, and I have done that, guys. It is SPD. They have referred me to physio, and they did that with Snow, and they didn't help at all. The physio isn't physio like you imagine. It's literally just a woman giving you advice, telling you things as in, don't open your legs when you get out of the bed, like keep your legs together, swing round, like when you get out of the car, don't put one foot out first. So it's nothing that you can't find out on the internet anyway, on Google. So really, this time when they offered it, I was just like, not going to waste my time. So I'm looking for alternate methods to get rid of the pain, because I literally wouldn't be able to survive another 7 weeks. So this could be the last video you see of me, please. No, because I really wouldn't be able to survive another 7 weeks. So if you have any other suggestions other than the pelvic support belt and the heating pad, that would be great. I'm still getting headaches, but they're not as frequent. My sinuses are nearly daily, but that's Snowy. But compared to the pain in my pelvis, my sinuses But compared to the pain in my pelvis, my sinuses have kind of like took a back seat in my mind. Like, I just find myself constantly like, oh, my nose. But really, like, compared to that pain, it's... She's not on her own, by the way. She's with her dad. Don't... I'm gonna have to like crop it off. Snowy's with her dad over there. You can, they're in the screen now. So yeah, so don't worry, she's not just on the floor crying. And yeah, I don't really know if there's anything else to update you on. We still have no name. Will we ever have a name? I don't know. Still don't know if it's a girl or a boy. That's obviously going to stay the same. It's just not been a good week, guys. It's been terrible week, in fact. So I wish I had something more positive to update you on, and I'm sorry if you've got all this to come and I'm making it sound all doom and gloom, but you have to remember this is my 4th pregnancy and I did them back to back, so my body did not have time to recover at all from having Snow. Like, she was 3 months old when I conceived, so my pelvis was not healed, my like uterus, like all down below, the muscles were not healed at all. So it's a struggle, but we're nearing the end and I haven't died, so you know, pros and cons. And yes, it's mainly just lack of sleep. So I'm tired, I'm exhausted, I cannot bend down, I cannot pick things up. If I sit on the floor, I do not want to get back up again, because when I get back up, it kills. So you won't find me getting up and down. Like, if I'm down, I'm gonna stay down until I need to absolutely get up. And then when I'm up, I will not sit back down until I absolutely have to sit back down, because it's such a struggle. The stairs are still killing me. I am the heaviest I've ever been. That's not changed. I haven't lost weight, obviously. I'm just gaining weight. And like, it's like the same as it is before, except worse. Like, when I sit down, because of how big the baby is, it's like pushing up into my lungs, so I cannot breathe properly, I cannot walk properly, I cannot carry the car seat. Now, I know I mentioned about it last time, but now it's like I literally have to take the car seat to the car, then I have to take Snow to the car, because the pain, it feels like, even though your hips are together, it feels like somebody is tearing them apart. Like they're literally pulling them like that. And it's, unless you felt it, there's no pain like it. Like I can't like describe it. When I try and describe it to like Luke or a family member, like it's not even like a dull ache, like backache. It's like a severe, chronic stab and pain, and oh. So yes, if you know, you know. But it was never this bad with snow. And however bad I made it out to be a few weeks back was a lie. This is 10 million times worse. And lying down makes it worse, which is bizarre and strange. And you would actually think lying down would make it feel better. You move more than a centimetre in bed and that pain literally just hits you like a ton of bricks. Just whack. You've reminded you. Like sometimes obviously when Snow wakes up in the night and wants feeding, I'll like go to jump up, like not jump up, but you know what I mean, like just get up, and it like takes me back, like I'm like, oh, and it like, it's one of them pains where it's like severe and it's brutal, and it can be dull and it can be an ache during the day, like when you're walking you're like, oh god, that's horrible. But those moments when you just move and you forget, or like if you're carrying something and you lift your foot off the floor and it's severe, like I said, it's like somebody's ripping you apart, like, yes, that's the best way I can describe it. So I could have come on here and pretended everything was great and everything was fine, and that would be a complete lie to yourselves and to me when I watch this in the future, to remember what it was like. Everything is not fine, everything is not great, everything is awful and terrible, and hopefully it won't get any worse, although I know it will. And I'll continue updating you on how terrible it is and how bad it is. But you do what you've got to do, don't you? And the baby will be here and it will all be worth it, and the pain won't last forever, and I just have to think about that and just get on with it. So yes, huh. That's that then, I suppose. So if you're interested in seeing more of me, go and follow my Instagram. It'll be linked down below as always. I always post a lot more over there, and I will see you guys in my next video. Peace.